Hello everybody, it's the Spirit Traveler back again for another cocktail feature. Today I want to talk about healthy cocktails. And yes, there is such a thing as healthy cocktails. And yes, I know cocktails have alcohol in it, which in itself is not necessarily healthy. However, there is a way you can make your cocktails healthier. And that is something I strive to do on a regular basis. Matter of fact, that's how I actually got into making cocktails at home initially, was I wanted to control what went into the ingredients that I use for my drinks. A lot of store-bought mixers or syrups or just things that you would buy in the store that come pre-made, full of sugars, full of preservatives, and full of other things that I didn't necessarily need or want in my life. In case you're not aware, I talk about it a little bit, but not a whole lot. I do have rheumatoid arthritis. I was diagnosed with it 16 years ago, and rheumatoid arthritis is a condition in which my body attacks my joints. Don't know why, but my body thinks my joints are the enemy, and it actively and aggressively attacks them, and it can attack any joint at any time for any length of time. Just no rhyme or reason to it. Look, apologizing in advance. I am outside. There are planes flying. People are doing yard work. I have a dog next door, and it seems like some of my neighbors from a few houses down are out in the backyard just yelling and screaming for whatever reason. I do not know. But anyway, you are catching all of my Corona quarantine fashion right now. Fixing to catch all these bushy eyebrows. My hair actually doesn't look too bad, but you're going to catch all these bushy eyebrows. Let's talk about some of the things that I like to put into my cocktails to increase the vitamin and the mineral content of them. So I started making my own mixers and things of that nature as a way just to be a little bit healthier, again, to cut out the sugar and to control what was going into my mixers. There are some things I just don't want in my body, and I can eliminate that if I make my own stuff. So I can watch my sugar levels, and if you follow a blog, you notice a lot of my drinks I don't use quite as much sugar, or I supplement, or I get the sugar from another source. I generally try to get my sugars from honey when I can, and fruits, and sometimes veggies, depending on what I'm making. But I try to get my sugar from natural places first. Don't do white sugar anymore. I do raw sugar, which is just the brown sugar, which is why a lot of my cocktails come out. And if you've been paying attention to my blog lately, a lot of my color cocktail features have been sabotaged by my use of brown sugar, but I just refuse to use white sugar. When it comes to ingredients, I am not a doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm just simply showing you guys some of the things that I use and what I do in order to, like I say, make my cocktails a little bit healthier. And these are things that over the course of, I've been researching my particular condition for 16 years now. I've had it for 16 years. So I kind of know what works for me and what doesn't work for me. I know what my triggers are. I know what sets me off. So just over the years, and because of my taste palette, these are kind of the frequently used ingredients for me. The first two on this list, cayenne pepper and jalapeno pepper. Now with cayenne pepper, you get vitamins A, C, E, B6, K, magnesium, potassium, and riboflavin. And with jalapenos, you get vitamins A and C, and also potassium. Now peppers are really good pain management wise. They have capsaicin in them, and because I love spicy foods, it's just an extra bonus that it's just an extra bonus for me. Another ingredient that I like to use in my cocktails on occasion, turmeric. Now I don't use turmeric nearly enough. Turmeric, you get vitamin C, you get potassium, you get magnesium, and you also get iron. All good things that are healthy for me and help to boost my immune system. Another ingredient that I like to use a lot, and if you follow me on my site, you know this, it's hibiscus. So hibiscus, dried hibiscus leaves, also called dried sorrel in Jamaica and in other parts of the Caribbean. I love hibiscus. It's tart. It's like a tarty, lemony, slightly sweet flavor profile. Maybe like a mixture of cranberries and lemons is like the closest I could tell you, but it's really, really good. So hibiscus, you get vitamins A, vitamin C, you get iron. It's loaded with antioxidants, and you also get I can't read my handwriting right now. Really don't you don't eat or consume the hibiscus. You make a tea with it. but you use it to flavor things, generally by steeping it, which is again kind of like a tea process. But if you've been on my site, you know I love sorrel. I have several sorrel recipes on my site. I have how to make sorrel on my website, and I also use the sorrel itself to make additional cocktails. So I have a cocktail that I created called Love's Holiday that it's one of my favorites. It's sorrel and prosecco, and I have another one that I made. I found this not quite by accident. Over the holidays I made some sorrel and I was trying to drink it up, and I was drinking some wine, and the wine was just not and taste quite as good as I wanted it to, or just I don't know what was going on with it that day. It could have been a bottle that I had open for more than a couple of days. I don't know what was going on with it, so I just put a little sorrel in it just to see what it would do. Oh man, it was so good. So I've actually now drink wine and red wine and sorrel quite a lot, and I just call it red wine. I name a lot of my drinks after song titles, by the way. Something new that I just made with sorrel for a cocktail last week is hibiscus syrup. This is really really good too. I just tasted it. It almost tastes like honey. It's just so good and flavorful. And I will have a link to that. I think I put it, the name of the cocktail I use that in is called Hibiscus Gin Sour. And it's one of my April cocktails for the month, actually. So if you head over to my website, the first article on my website right now actually is that. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, beets. Now, beets are really good for you because they help flush out toxins, and it helps to improve your liver function. So one of the things I do like about beets is liver function. And I know what you're saying. I know you're like, beets, ew, I don't want to. Trust me, this is what I did. I took some beets and I dehydrated them and I made beet powder. More to come on exactly how I did this a little bit later. And you just take this powder, it's already ground up, and you can just throw it in, mix it in with your cocktails when you're making them, and you're adding fresh beet, and you're getting all the nutrition that you get from beets. You get vitamin C, iron, magnesium, and calcium. And again, the main thing I really like about beets is that it aids in your liver detoxification, and we all need healthy livers, just to keep our bodies clean for one, but because I know I may drink a little bit slightly more than the average person because I am always in the kitchen experimenting with cocktails and such. I don't drink a lot socially, I don't think, but you know what, I'm not fixing to go down that rabbit hole because I have some very judgy friends who will be leaving all sorts of comments and embarrassing me. Now, these themselves are sweet and earthy, and so it just kind of lends a sweet, earthy flavor to the margarita, and it pairs very well with tequila. One of my favorite restaurants locally here called Edge Alley. I was there meeting a friend, and we had dinner, and I saw, I forget what they call their beet margarita. It's called something. I know it's not called a beaterita. I can't think of what it's called. I have to look it up. I'll drop the name somewhere over here. Comes another plane. It's gonna get loud in a second. And I was just taken aback by how well this beet went in that cocktail. Beet juice would just incorporate easier and better and faster in drinks, but I do like this beet powder. I will have some suggestions on how to best use fruit powders once I do the feature on this. But another way to get to amp up the vitamin content of your cocktails is to use fresh lemon and lime juice whenever possible. I keep little mason jars full of lemon and lime juice in my fridge. In fact, I'm almost out. This was full up to here last week, and I'm down to my last little, what is this, half an ounce, quarter of an ounce, or I'm sorry, a quarter of a cup. So I do have a couple of drinks that I made for you guys. One of them is called the mango chili margarita. I made this, if you remember, when I went to one of my concerts in the park, and so I will have a link to that article as well. And I'm just sprinkling a little bit of Tajin seasoning in it. This is like a lime chili salt, kind of, sort of. It is delicious. I love it. So this smells so good. So this is mango. I don't know, well, the recipe is on my website. I'll put a quick link to it in the bottom, but this is really good. This is mango turmeric, a little bit of orange juice, tequila, and lime juice. If you can, I might want to pick the camera up. See, I sprinkled the little Tajin on top. Give this a little stir. I like to get the chili powder really good and incorporate into the drink. This is so good. So this is a new one that I put together with some dragon fruit, a couple of handfuls of mango, and a couple of handfuls of pineapple. That pretty color. This is beautiful. Dragon fruit, it is nutrient dense due to its it has a really high fiber and magnesium content and very low calorie content. So because of that, it is officially considered to be a nutrient dense fruit, and nutrient dense items are supposed to be really, really good for you. But dragon fruit itself comes from Central America. It's also known as the pitaya, and it is very creamy. I think I actually brought some over here. I did. So this is what the dragon fruit looks like. Hopefully you can see it. I found it frozen in the frozen fruit section actually, and I was really surprised, so I grabbed a bag of it. It's a different tasting fruit. It's very light and creamy. It doesn't have like a very heavy taste. It's very creamy though. Even frozen, it's very soft, which is why I had to put some additional frozen fruit in here just to get the consistency of this to where I wanted it. But dragon fruit itself is creamy, and it kind of tastes like pear kiwi mix, kind of sort of. So it's kind of, it's very light. It can be crisp, but because it is very light flavor profile in its own, it can pair well with other things I made into a margarita as well. So this has dragon fruit in it. Now this particular recipe I'll just put in a description box because I did kind of just make it up on the fly, and I took some notes when I made it, so I can't remember all of my proportions right now. But basically frozen dragon fruit, frozen mango, frozen not banana, frozen pineapple, lime juice, fresh lime juice of course, some tequila, and I think I put some triple sec in this as well. This is tasty. This is so good. I just wanted to kind of show you guys that being healthy when you're drinking is a thing, and it is completely doable. Just again, keep in mind whatever, again, check with your doctor. I am not a doctor. I'm not giving you any medical advice. This is simply the things I do to boost my immune system. Check with your doctor to see what things you need to supplement your diet with, and then go out and research and find those things. Again, since I suffer from an autoimmune disease, I need vitamins and nutrients that bolster my immune system, and thankfully I can get that mostly with infusions of vitamin C. And if I'm hurting or in pain, I can supplement or make almost any drink that I like spicy by adding some pepper to it. All right, I'm going to see what this looks like. Bye.